Happy Tuesday, everyone. Sorry for the delay. I actually was on my computer. I was sitting here and thinking about what I should be talking about today. I realized it was already a couple of minutes past 7. So for today, I think let's talk about the Satsang overview, and we'll talk a little bit about a question I just heard, and then we'll go into the meditation and after that a quick interaction. And so happy Tuesday, and glad that we are here in Satsang. Everyone, just welcoming everyone. And Satsang, Sat points to true uplifting and steady, energy. I refer to it as transcendental energy. Sang means to keep company with, to be in presence of. So Satsang is keeping company with what is true and elevating transcendental energy, so that peace, light, and love gradually becomes more present in our life. So in practical terms, it's an inner practice, a quiet method of turning our attention inwards. Mind settles and heart cleanses. Now, inner orientation, you might have heard the word satsang used in different ways, like chanting, music, pilgrimage, spiritual talks, but all that is more outer form of satsang. What we will practice is more inner satsang. So focus is what happens within. We practice silent, heart-centered meditation, and it is a way to build inner strength and a calm that stays with us, even after the session. And, these workshops, we meditate as a group. When we sit together in sincere practice, I always find mind is, becomes steadier faster. Our focus deepens. The group's collective energy helps, helps a lot. And then eventually, the more important point is that all of us in our own way are seeking happiness, not just momentary pleasure, but deep steadiness inside. So satsang is a path towards that kind of inner happiness, where peace comes less from, it becomes less dependent on circumstances and gets more rooted within. Over time, this inner calm and steadiness matures into what we might call joy. And then, usually you all have been there. We just have a brief topic, practice, interact a bit. So that's how it's structured. Today, there was a discussion in the Bay Area Satsang about, so my topic of abundance, contentment, and all that led to a question that if I am deeply content, why would I strive for growth? So if I'm deeply content, it's so there are maybe what we can talk about is like there is a healthy contentment, peace, steadiness, enoughness, completeness. And then there is comfortable stagnation. I'm fine, meaning I don't, please don't challenge me. So, if we go back to Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived Nazi camps, what he talked about was even when everything was taken away, a person could still keep one freedom, the freedom to choose their responses, their attitude, and their meaning. So, so it's contentment is not the end of growth. It's the beginning of growth with clean intention. So what happens is I need to prove myself versus, you kind of follow a clean intention. So if we apply, like athletes who love the mastery of the sport, not the applause, the artists who create from joy and not from some other insecurity or something that is something else that's driving it. So Guru Maharaj emphasized that materialism keeps increasing the desire and not the peace inside. So we need spiritual strength and inner progress, vertical progress. So I think one of the basic things that I have been talking about is like, if we look at personal growth, it can be horizontal or vertical. Vertical takes effort, and to get to a higher ground, if we define progress as that, then just it's like I have seen very content people striving for vertical growth all the time. So satsang basically reframes progress, that it's not what we accumulate, it's how we are reacting, responding. Can I remain calm when I'm provoked? Can I stay kind when others are not? So in satsang, if you're deeply content, your growth becomes vertical, quieter mind, stronger inner voice, more detachment. And here it's not indifference. More capacity to serve without ego. So if growth is driven by insecurity, and actually what I have seen and observed is that insecurity, comparison, envy, competition can be drivers of growth, yes. But that's a different kind of growth. And then there is a vertical growth, which all the way like takes you to liberation. So contentment removes the desperation and what remains is the most powerful kind of growth rooted in meaning, steadiness, and love and compassion. So that note, I think let's, bring that love, light, and peace in our lives and embody this transcendental energy to uplift ourselves and live on higher ground. I think growth then also becomes not only to be in a better place, but strive and work towards others being in a better place. So, on that note, let's practice. So, eyes slightly closed and comfortable and still posture. So, eyes slightly closed and still comfortable posture. And then think of this transcendental energy in form of light that's right here, right now. Feel the presence, a conscious source of this energy in form of light. And this light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming completely and totally immersed in this light. So when mind wanders away, bring it back to this thought and this thought alone. This transcendental energy in form of light is entering our heart, enlightening it, and distributing throughout the body. And we are getting completely and totally immersed in it. So we are becoming light. We'll start with music. Music helps concentration, and then music fades away, and we go into deep silent meditation. And then we transition out with music again. Let's start. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm glad that we are here in Satsang. So, any thoughts, comments, questions before we wrap up? Natalie and Baphomet, nice to see you here. How's it going? Any questions, thoughts, comments?
It was really nice tonight. Yeah, thank you.
It's awesome. Yeah, it. I mean, meditations are supposed to be nice, but our monkey mind keeps playing tricks on us. So, good meditation is always a blessing.
Yeah. My, I I had a client right before I came, so my mind was really still on my client. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to settle and do
Yeah,
this, but I did amazingly.
that's
So I was very
that's awesome.
thankful for that.
That's awesome. And every week, every day, there is a new thing, new challenge, new, you know, even I find, we were talking about like growth and, contentment and all that, but it's, when too many things, even positive, are going on, you're like, you know, your mind is all wrapped up around those things.
Yeah,
So I sometimes feel every moment of quiet and silence these days is like just phenomenal.
absolutely.
So hopefully you know, the cold is moving away a little bit. Hopefully, it's like we were almost in a deep freeze here.
Where are you located?
I'm in Oakton, Virginia.
Oh,
Where are you?
did you see the monks?
Uh, on on the TV.
Okay.
But that's a great thing. People send me like photographs from Richmond, and you know, I think we need more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow they're doing a online meditation. It's their last day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they finish the walk tomorrow.
When did they start? Do you know? Like, must have been quite a
It's like
group.
3 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, even a road trip to Texas is not that easy. So this is
Right.
walking. Gosh,
I know. I can't
bless
imagine.
bless their souls.
Yeah.
And how much needed? I think we need any and every positive thing that can happen around us these days.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good. So, Wafame, anything? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. I really enjoyed this week. I missed last week. I just had a very busy week, so I was grateful to be able to set aside some time this week to get back into a good meditation routine. I had a little bit of monkey mind throughout the beginning, but I decided today to sit on a different mat to do my meditation. So it felt really good to just be grounded in a different setting today. I really loved the beginning piece where you were talking about how um, being in service to others and just being a life in service um, has to really strip away from the ego and like separate from the ego a lot. And that's something I've been thinking about a lot. I've been volunteering a little bit more with an organization that I used to lead. So I'm in a different position now, which is just from the goodness of my heart to help out more. So I'm really centering that, taking away that the takeaway for me for today is not to have the ego be leading that service and just really be leading the service from from a place of light. So thank you for this.
And if I may, so service can be like completely and totally transformational experience for any individual. Now, what happens though is there is a difference, and I think you're kind of touching upon it. So it's called like selfless service versus, others, whatever you call that, right? It's when there is expectation in return, um, like that kind of taints the service. And in today's society and culture, we seem to have everything is, for money or for something you need in return for everything that we do. But so my grandfather wrote a lot about service, and he felt that satsang and service are almost like so deeply connected, because once you get to higher states, actually the what you were describing will become deeper and deeper. So one statement that I recall in one of his writings was that you help yourself by helping others, because the satisfaction that you get in helping others is so deep and so pure that there is like no comparison with other forms of satisfaction. And so it just, soothes your soul. Now, the other thing was like selfless service is transformation. But most of the time, even if we think we're doing selfless service, there's some amount of ego or some amount of expectation in return, or even like when, as soon as there is that I will get some recognition out of it, I get this, that, something gets tied to it. And as you do that, it just taints the service. But what he describes at length is that selfless service is just because it is so deeply satisfying, it just transforms you beyond anything else that can. So, and what I've realized though is I think it's not just even today's society. It's been a challenge all through and through. Service, a lot of us want to do, but selflessness is hard to get. And part of what triggered this was, what you were describing. It's like we try, but, ego in one way or other comes in the way. So yeah, it's a great thought. Do it in the spirit, and I think you will see how it will completely. It's transformational in so many dimensions, so many ways. Actually, today I was thinking about, we do an intro and we talk about the overview of satsang. Today, what I was thinking about, satsang is a deep spiritual guidance on one end, meditation at the core, but service is like so integral to it. There was one more thing I was thinking about. Hopefully it'll come back to me. They were like, it's like almost like a layered cake. It's so many pieces to it. I always talk about like meditation should take you to higher states, and once you go to a higher level, going beyond a certain point, further higher, cannot be done without you sharing what you have with others. So service then is not a choice. It's, without service, you cannot go beyond. It's like for further growth, you need to share. I think that. All right. So on that note, glad that we were in satsang, and love, light, and peace be with you, and carry the embodied energy, transcendental energy with you. Have a great week ahead.
Bye, namaste. Bye, everyone.